say we are one. 1967 up till now, Lord everywhere. They massacre us at will. What have we done? Oh, Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again. Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again. So many have died because of freedom. Many heroes are gone because of freedom. So many killing and burning because we wanna go. And why the whole was silent when we are murdered. For massacre, for Saba massacre all the way. It touches my heart. When I hear of rumors of war on the way, why is killing, why is bombing in our homeland? Because is gone, oh no no, way forward, oh na na. They say we are one. 1967 up till now, Lord everywhere. They massacre us, they massacre us at will. What have we done? Oh, Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again. Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again. Okay, hasn't a habo police, has a habo pass. I can't have na madon do yanike, hasn't a habo military, has a habo SWAT. The babu madon and tossing kwa haka can make away all these headsmen. Na bad and a lying cause the West souls. And a buying no people, I ain't buying a bar. It's a putis, a bag, like a night. I want a little one at the banner, lol, rebo, a babu, and I'm a Guinea Meroji, where the road to our past governors here, Haruka, a bit of me with clean up, Naibo, which up all the headsmen, Nadi, even many American, like they do. This abusi is in a hammer, Opus of them, na other governors. So I don't check it quit very soon. I be a college in a Makatupo, Regie, one knowledge now. No flows in our land everywhere. Now so bloodshed. Yeah, I had to bleed. Breaking women in the farm, they slaughter them. Cut out their parts. Yeah, these are what we are seeing. They kill us at him, they kill us at on nature war. Now so kill, my people now so blood they flow in Biafra land. music industry.
Hello, Biafrans all over the world. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to this wonderful program this morning. Today is 31st of May 2021, and the time is 38 minutes past the hour. And we want to say welcome this morning. My name is Mazi Kem Patrick DK. We are live on Biafra television. We are live on Patrick on YouTube, and we're also live on my Facebook page, Ikem Patrick. And I want to say thank you for being here. Share this program, make it go around. And I'll be inviting our usual guest here, Mazi Solomon Peter from Australia, this morning to add to the voice of Biafrans over the world who are also in this welcome to the program. For every Biafran watching us, we urge you to please share this program.
Thank you so much, Mazi.
Yes, tag your friends and make it go around. Mazi, welcome to the program. Good morning from my end.
Thank you so much, Mazepat. Good evening from my end here. It was the cold evening at my own end. And I must say it again, happy Remembrance Day to you and to all Biafran all over the world who trooped out in their numbers into celebrating our Hero Day yesterday. And again, I must say, happy sit at home for those of you that are in Biafran land who are in lockdown at the moment, sitting at their home, enjoying their offensala offer onubu. And also those of you who are in prayer in remembrance of our hero and heroes. So you are all welcome in this very platform as we will continue from where others who has been live in this remembrance period before us stop. So we continue. We are still in a remembrance mood, and we are still at the center all the pains that people who has gone ahead of their life for our sake went through before they give up the ghost. Thank you so much for being part of this very program, every one of you, or Biafran friends or Biafran lovers of freedom, lovers and haters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are all welcome. Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Patrick, for making me part of these very programs as we continue in discussing about the experience of our people that bring about these days. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi. So we listened to the brokers of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this morning, and there are points that he made that are also very, very important to us. And he recognized the effort of our people on the ground, the sacrifice of our people presently who have obeyed the sit at home. But first, before we go there, the heroes that fought during the Civil War saw this day coming, and they knew that if they didn't take that stand, who would have been worse for it, Mazi Solomon? How do you look at the vision of our fallen heroes who gave their life to fight for the freedom of their people, despite the fact that the war was brought to them? There have been this lie over the years that we declared Biafra war, but as time went on, the truth came out with the help of IPOB and the relation of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that it was Nigeria that actually led the war against Biafra. Now, our people as at that time didn't run away from the war. Despite that the war was brought home to them, they stood with anything and they fought. Mazi, what is your take on the effort of our people in that 1967 to 70 war?
That is very, very commendable, and that is they are the reason why we are bold enough to ask for our right. We are bold enough to say that their death is not going to be in vain. So what they did is quite commendable, and that is why we in these very generations are bold enough to say, even if he has to take our own life, we cannot give up the fight which they have stood to defend their people. It's not actually that at any time Biafran decide to kill people or decide to look for who has to die for them to survive, but this is a war that was forced on them, a condition that was forced on them. You know, there was a serious killing of Biafrans, Igbos, and other ethnic groups that are in the eastern region, which Ijaw people are involved, Irobo people, Ana people, Wari people, and the Irobo people, different clans that are in Biafran land as of that time, even the people of the Calabas, they are all these deaths were determined in all of them. They were all killed all over the places in the north and lately also in the west. So now in this killing, they never in any time try to retaliate. They die, they are like a lamb whose did not say a word when when it was being brought to slaughter. We are slaughtered like like animals, like a lamb before the slaughter that mention no word. So we died without retaliating. They kill us anywhere they find us. They kill us in 1945. They kill us in 1966. They kill us everywhere. So in 1965, they kill us. So, and we did not retaliate. Because in the course of our program this very week, we are going to be looking into a comment that a Fulani man made about Fulanis, who says that actually Fulani people is that when you do anything to them, when they come to retaliate, they will retaliate more and over. But we, the Biafrans, we are killed, no retaliations, no retaliations. Even our killers, they have to even make sure that the people back in Biafran land, they got their heart break. They caused them heartbreak after killing our people, after opening the womb of a pregnant woman, and they will bring out the baby in the womb, and they will smash the baby on the ground, and the baby will cry, or the baby will die, and the woman will die. After doing all this wickedness, these are the people that are telling you today that they actually want one Nigeria. They want everybody to be one. But they are the people who melted this high wickedness on innocent Igbos, harmless Igbos, harmless Biafrans. We are killed all over state of Nigeria. And after killing them, they will put them in a trailer and they deport the dead bodies into Biafran land in order to get the people in Biafran land, in order to cause them heartbreak. Then you are seeing the way that your people are being macheted, the way that pregnant woman's womb was torn and the child was smashed on the ground. You know, all these things were the things that we went through as a people. In one Nigeria, this is not at the declared Biafran state. In one Nigeria, Igbos went through this. Biafran died this way in every street of Nigeria, in one Nigeria. So at that time, they did not retaliate. They did not go after killing Hausa people, even the one that are in the east, the one that in Biafran land, they didn't go about killing them.
Mazi, is it because of that lack of retaliation that have emboldened the enemy to continue to commit the same atrocity? Because noticing that the people you kill are not killing you back, is it the reason why they continue? Without any,
No,
because I believe
that
that
is not. That is
I
not.
believe that when they know that there are consequences to the action, then Amulako.
No, Mazi Patrick, that is not the reason. The what is bolding and empowering the killing to continue up to date is because the killers and the people that are being used to killed, they they are being supported by the world conspiracies against Igbos. They are being supported by British, who is heading and coordinating the world conspiracies against Igbos. That is exactly what is bolding them. Okay, because I want to tell you one thing that we are told when we are children about uh is that duck. Now there is a story they told us about fowl and duck. They say when cat came to carry the chicken, then when the cat reaches to their kingdom, the mother cat asked the cat, what did the mother of this chicken said when you carry it? He said he was crying, shouting everywhere. And he said, is that all? He said, yeah. He said, okay, bring it, is a meat. But they went to carry duck, and he returned, and the mother cat said, what did the mother of this dog said when you carry? He said, she keep quiet. He said, return this person that keep quiet, there might be something in her mind. So he returned it. So we are being killed, we keep quiet. It could have been a very clear message to the killers that we are peace-loving people, that we are the kind of people who doesn't want people to die, who cannot even retaliate when we are killed. So this would have made them to repent or feel remorse. But because they are getting support, the killers are getting support from the world powers, from the British, which is being explained today by our spring leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, that British were in full support of the killers, of these Fulani hegemonies. British were in a very full support, and because they are getting the support of the British, then they felt like they can't stop the killing because somebody is as a master somewhere supporting them for the killing. So this is actually what has burdened the Fulanis and has burdened the killers to continue killing Biafran up to today. But that is not the story that we want to tell today, because those people who lost their life for being Igbo, they did not commit any sin. The only sin they commit is to be the descendant of Igbo, to be a descendant of Biafrans. That is the only offense they committed. And that is the only reason why they have to die. So they die just because they are Igbos. They die because they are Biafrans. So we are remembering these people today. We are remembering them today, and we are killed and we did not retaliate. We came back to our place, and the main leader, democratic leader, or can I say a military leader of our region at that very moment, who happens to be an Igbo man, also looks into the decision, into the circumstances, and see that our people are no more safe in Nigeria. Because you could ask the question, why did these people that load into trailer brought back to Biafran land, why did they have to die in the country that they call their own? Why? Nothing. There is no offense. There is no one that is criminal among them. No one is stealing anything that belongs to another person's among them. No one among them is into terrorism act. None of them. No one among them that are even causing trouble or riot or into making riot or making protest. No one of them. The only reason why they have to die is because they are the descendant of Igbo. They are the descendant of Biafrans. That is the only reason why these people has to die. And today we are remembering them. And we die like a lamb before the slaughter, but said nothing. We die without retaliating. And because this killing continue and we feel insecure, then we decide to leave Nigeria, come back to our region, to a place we should regard as home, in order to sit back to lick our wound, to recover from the stress. We did not prepared war. We did not prepared on how to go back to kill whether Yorubas or to kill whether TV people or Taraba people or Hausa people or Fulani people. There is nothing like that. We only come back to our region because we does not feel safe in Nigeria anymore. And when we come there, we didn't prepare war. We didn't manufacture any arm as to go and kill others. We only come there and we cry to the government of the day, which the head of that government happened to be an Igbo man. And we say, we are not safe anymore in Nigeria. Please, can you do something to save us? And before this time, negotiation started. Negotiation started, even to the point that the main leader at that very time, which was the head of the affairs of government, has to make an appointment because Igbos doesn't feel safe anywhere in Lagos or anywhere. They have to make an appointment for a place of meeting for the negotiation at Ghana. They went there on the behalf of these people who have been killed without retaliating. They were the head of the affair at that time, our spring leader, Dim Odmego Juku. May his soul rest in peace as we are remembering them today. And may his soul never find rest until he has bring down every enemy of the people of Biafra. So now a negotiation started on how we can be able to forgive and forget, and they go back again and they embrace each other. And these are the people that has been badly wounded. Listen, in the context of what I am telling you today, put your own tribe. Put your own tribe. Are you Yoruba? Are you TV? Are you Jukun? Are you Hausa? Are you Fulani? Put your own tribe in that very shoe. That the whole people, the whole people gang up against these innocent Igbos and Biafrans. Now, there is not only that they are killed, they are also raped. They come in front of you, they will rape your daughter and rape your wife and slaughter you and slaughter them. Put your own tribe in that very shoe, the people we are remembering today, because you need to understand why today is why 30th of May, in remembrance of our hero and heroines, are very, very important to
Mazi
us.
Solomon, there is a news that is breaking out now that the police shot Omoyele Sowore in Abuja right now. They shot him on his thigh, on his lap, because he led some of his comrades to Unity Fountain to protest, and the police have just shot Moyele Sowore. It's a breaking news. Mazi Solomon, go ahead. Before you go ahead, because there's a video clip I would like to play. Maybe if you can take this analysis for like 2 minutes, let me take this video clip for a veteran to narrate his story, a notable veteran for that matter, to narrate his story and his experience during the Civil War. Go ahead, Mazi Solomon.
Thank you so much, Mazipat. Is a very short one. So why I narrated this story is because I want everyone who is not of Biafrans or anyone who actually is a Nigerian but he is not Igbo to actually understand our position. Put your own tribe in our own shoe as that time. Being killed, rape your wife in your presence, open the pregnant woman's womb and smash the baby on the ground, and the loaded thousands of souls that are being killed into trailer and deported them to your community. Just imagine the trauma, imagine the pain, imagine the tears. But in the midst of these tears, in the midst of this heartbreak, Igbos, Biafrans did not retaliate. They did not retaliate. To see how peaceful we are, no retaliations, no killing of the northerners in the southern region, in the eastern region, none. No Yoruba man is killed, no Hausa man is killed, no TV person is killed in retaliation to what has done to our people in northern Nigeria and in every other part of Nigeria. Negotiations started, and in that negotiation, things were agreed in the way we can move forward, and everybody will live peacefully in one Nigeria. Now, after that negotiation and agreement, they still come back and they go against what was agreed. It is at that very point we Igbos, we Biafrans come to understand that in totality, Nigeria did not want us in Nigeria. They did not want us in Nigeria. There is a global conspiracy against our people. And the only way we can feel safe at that moment is to declare Biafra. Biafra was declared not in intention to fight anyone or to kill anyone, but to secure our people. Nigeria declared war on us, and genocide was committed. Our people died. Every instrument, the only reason they, even at that time, if atomic or nuclear weapon was available to Nigeria at that time, they could have used it against us. Chemical weapon, if chemical weapon was available, if nuclear weapon was available to them, they would have used it, because the world stood and watched all Biafrans There was economic blockade. There was food blockade. We are being separated for all of us to die. Children were dying out of hunger. And this thing does not touch a Fulani man. He does not touch any other tribes in Nigeria that was involved in this very conspiracy, even Britain. He does not touch them. A child of Biafrans, they will cry and they will die because they intentionally block them from getting food to eat. And they watched us die. So these are historical things to us. These are experience, life experience for us. And for us, it is a difficult situation that anybody can ask us to forget about. It is a life experience. So thank God that we are remembering these people who were helpless at the time, who were not recognized, who were not even given any beneficial burial, who was not even buried. Some of them, it is where they died, they rotting, and they finished. So it is a great thing for us today that there be a time when these people who were hopeless, who were voiceless, could be remembered and could be honored and could be recognized as our heroes, including some of them who stood and fought, who stood to defend our land at the time when the need was there. At the time of that need, all of them, they are our heroes. The children that died during this time, the mothers that could not breastfeed their children, that died out of the hunger that was declared, food blanket that was declared on Biafra. They are our heroes, and we have to remember them. It is a historical moment for us. It is a life experience. I don't think there is a tribe found under the present Nigeria that can endure, that can be able to endure what we have endured in Nigeria. This is not about politicians stealing money. This is not about politicians actually not building infrastructure, but we are talking about life. We are talking about men and women who could have been great today, who could have been providing solution to the world, and who could have been providing solution to Africa. We are talking of scientists, people who could have been doctors, people who could have been great leaders. They died because of the world conspiracies against Biafra. And today, we are remembering them. It's very important to us. Once again, I say Biafran, congratulations for remembering our heroes at 30th May, yesterday, and today again we are sitting at home in prayer for some of us who are also still dying at the moment, and also in the same time, um, finding things difficult as a result of these conspiracies that is melted against our people. We are remembering our people that died in Asaba, people who came to welcome the military Nigerian troops who were killed while they are shouting one Nigeria. We are all remembering them. These are the sacrifice that Igbo has made in order for Fulanis and Nigerians to find friendship in our face. But even as that, they still kill us and they still allow our people to die and be buried in a mass grave. Today, we are sitting at home and we are remembering them, and we are also praying for our people who keep dying at this moment, standing up to defend our land. Thank you, Mazipat. You can go
Thank
on
you
with
very
the
much.
video.
Thank you. You just mentioned the Asaba massacre. And there is somebody who commented about Delta State not being part of what we are doing. And I can tell you that I'm from Delta State and I represent the entire Delta State in this struggle. So when you talk about Delta State being part of the struggle, we are here and we are going nowhere. Let's take this clip of Maazi Madiebo, who actually played a great role in reassembling the army in Enugu and how he was able to, fight, mobilize our people who already gave up. He's a hero and must be remembered. Let's take this clip, Maazi Solomon.
We never dreamt that Nigeria will attack Biafra. We never. So when we were attacked, we were not ready. If we had known we were going to be attacked, we wouldn't have bothered to go to that extent. Afambo, Major General Alex Madiebo.
Mazi, the voice is echoing. Can you reduce the volume, please?
IRB donors.
I will.
1967. By September, MMU commander, that's Owanabo, Kanulaya, Mbudi commander.
Is it better now?
Biafra in 1967.
Too low.
Probably the oldest living Biafra.
Is it better now?
I mean official. I was about third
Go on.
in the hierarchy. Ujungu, Etienne, then myself. I know that the aim of Biafra then was to find a way of protecting the Igbos. There was a lot of killing, and thousands, if not millions of Igbos were in the east, some without hands or legs or head even. And those in the army knew that the only way to save what was left was to form a sort of force, not necessarily independence. You have to have an army for even looking after Biafra itself, not going to war. Anom n'iru ọgụ ebe egbe izizi gba na June or July of 67. Anom na Gakem. Anọkwa m ewe gba almost the last na 1970 as commander. Ebukata ndị Igbo. Mụnwa a colonel that time, and abia no gwam as the onye officer army dey on top na Kaduna, the most senior. Abia onye ugwu bia gwam si na aga egbu ndị Igbo. The very prideful, Nage Bundibu, Nage Namama, a survival. Nage, Nduwa decided to go Nage Bundibu Nine, Maka Naebu Sadwana, Ebu MA crew, first crew. So, Mwa bam aeroplane jegwe ironsi kabu mbidaya jegwe ironsi sina nekwifafu nage egbu ndị Igbo na egbuchesie ndị ugwu declare independence gbajie bridge jeba gbajie nke Makodi declare that facts, figures. I don't see about that time when you see police, army. I mean, Ugwu Hausa, onye ndị niile onye ya na ya na-anọ n'ọfịs Brigadier Johnson ọgwụgwọ ọsịm fukwa efe nkwu kpọọ ndị ugwu nọ ndị mụnwa accused agwa m na nzuzo. I said I wouldn't be intimidated. Ekwughị ekwu mere ọnụ a gee ntị gbee ntị a ga-ekwurịrị. In the end, Ironsi didn't believe. A long story, he died. But immediately, also no memory, gave myself a transfer to Lagos. More moved in charge of artillery, commander, whole Nigerian Army artillery. Nje was in Ugwu Hausa, this area were bido. Ndi meku, because emele election na Abeokuta, na West, chiti ndị Yoruba, ndị Igbo jebe ọgụ. A na-eme campaign na Benue, Makurdi, chiti ndị chief ndị Igbo jebe ọgụ. Nwere nke ndị Igbo dị involved. Ndị Igbo wanted to everywhere, not forget protect Nigeria. Onya bụ na onye chọrọ ịchị Nigeria, audition, make sure you can take care of the Igbos. They are the only people who will oppose it and make trouble. Right.
We've seen the clip of Major General Alex Madiebo, who also, was in the army, and the role he played. I don't know if Mazi Solomon is there. Can you hear me?
I am here, Mazipat. You bring me in when you want.
Okay, so, and he narrated the story. We've seen this story before. We've seen this story in the past. We, listened to him and the story. And I decided to play this clip again today because it is very, very important to help us reflect on what led to what and why we are where we are today. That the aim of actually forming a system that could protect our people was not to attack anybody, but for the protection of our people. Mazi Solomon, I think you've said that before. By the way, there is a clip of Biafra soldiers I would like us to play. Biafra soldiers field. And let us take this clip again before I let you in. Mazi Solomon.
Do you believe in spiritual wars? Well, on the behalf of my soldiers, troops, in fact, we believe in God. And fighting a just cause, we believe God will help us. And as a result, whatever that comes out of God's will, we take.
Including defeat?
No, I don't think God will allow us to be defeated. Forces. This
Yeah, Mazi Solomon. These are agile, able soldiers who, when I hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call on God all the time in his program, there is this sense of belief that we have that soul is of the Lord. We see our heroes in the battlefield being interviewed, and they said that they know God will fight this battle despite all the effort, but they still continue to hope that God will battle for them. I don't know if we can take this clip again because it seems like very, very short. Let's see this clip once again, Mazi Solomon.
Do you believe in the spiritual world? Well, on the behalf of my soldiers, troops, in fact, we believe in God. God does everything. Fighting a just believe God will help us. And as a result, whatever comes out of God's will, we take. Including defeat if it comes? No, I don't think God will allow us forces.
Yeah, Solomon. So we've seen these are Biafran soldiers in the front line who have also shown that, you know, they've always believed that the battle is of the Lord. Maz, what do you say about that assertion there?
There, like as we have discussed so many times here, it takes only the people of God to be mentioning God even in the time of their difficulties and in the times of the troubles. So, and secondly, again, Biafran here, speaking of God, believing God, is based on the faith that they are being thought of at that very moment. And when you less prepared or when you are less equipped, then you will always confess that God will do the rest. Okay, so in a situation of Biafra, they lack weapons and there is no adequate preparation. Like so many people who has since when IPOP started, they have been pushing, they have been engaging, like they want to go into the full blown war. You discover that one of the um, one of the problems we face during the Biafran wars is lack of, though we have all the intelligence, we have all the skills, but there is no adequate preparation, as in going to the extent of preparing soldiers, preparing weapons, knowing that Nigeria may come after us or other nations or other people for their selfish interest. So for not having all this thing on the ground, the people have nothing than to just lean on their faith that God will fight for us, that God will help us, because there is no adequate preparation. And it's a message to the present generation now that is actually asking for Biafra, that we need to prepare ourselves. And one of the preparations that we needed to get in this present time is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Onyendu, the general himself, the excellency, his excellency, and the supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have just said today, that we need to understand that we are not contending with all these literates that are carrying cows up and down, sleeping with cows, and the people who could not even read out a kind of written chart that was written for them to read out in the occasions. They are not able to pronounce words. They are not able to speak English. They don't even pass their class. That all these people you looked at as an illiterate Fulanis or Northerners or Nigerians are not the people you are dealing with. All this low intelligence you see, intelligence you see in Nigeria is not who we are dealing with. That we are actually dealing with people who are advanced in technology, in learning, and in civilization. That we are dealing with people who are warlords, who are international warlords. So, and if we have to face such individuals, such people like Britain, being the one behind the actions of the Fulanis and the sponsoring the killing in the Biafran land. So, if we have to face such a few number of, because when we keep saying British, like as we are speaking this afternoon, I told you that so many times people we said white people, white people. There is nothing wrong with white people. For the matter of fact, white people, white people are the best are the best thing that even happened to humanity. But there is something wrong with few number of people who hijacked, who are in the affairs of white people, who parade themselves as their leaders, as their political leaders, that are actually like devil house or devil incarnate, that are actually dealing with the rest of the people, because there is so many white people that are also going through the frustrations that the Biafrans are going through. So, because if we want to talk about a white people, it is a white man that set himself on fire in America in agitation, in agitation for what is happening to Biafran people. There is so many white people who has tried all their personal, all their possible best in their individual basis. So, but there is few number of them that are in the affair of the white people that actually determine these evils against people. So what I'm trying to point out there is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency, has already told us today that we should have it in mind that we are dealing with the world intelligence, that we are dealing with people who are advanced in technology. We should stop looking at it is this Aboki from the north or anywhere you are dealing with, because they are the one behind planning everything that Fulanis are doing, advising them. They are their lobbyists, lobbying nations and the institutions for them. So we have it in mind. And what is that secret that Mazen Nankano has given it to us? Because so many people, they listen to Mazen Nankano, but they don't get out the fact from his message. He said, if we must succeed as a people, we must be highly disciplined. We must be disciplined. We must be disciplined in the way we discharge our duties, in the way we do our day by day activities as to regard to this very struggle. That's what Mazen Nankano said. Both the people on the ground, the people in diaspora, every one of us that are in this very struggle, that the only key to succeed or to survive in this very struggle, or else they will kill all of us, is to be disciplined. And this word like discipline, it sounds like very simple thing. But when you dived into a topic as a title as a discipline, my brother, it is very difficult for anyone to be disciplined enough if you did not go through serious training. You have to train yourself in reasoning, train yourself in thinking, train yourself in everywhere. You must understand what discipline is all about when you are discharging your duty, or when you are participating or contributing anything on this very struggle. On this very struggle. So he gave us that secret this night. We cannot do anything, we cannot do things anyhow, and we will get this struggle right. No, we will only do things anyhow and get ourselves to a point where they will come and kill all of us. So if we must get it right, if we must get anything out of this very struggle, he said we must be disciplined enough. And it is very, very good to that some of us, we take that as a subject. Let it be that when you are in this very struggle, take the subject of this, take discipline as a subject. Try to discover what it is for me to be disciplined. What it is for me to be disciplined enough, because that is the only way we can get headway. That is the only way we can make headway. That is the only way we can achieve something out of this very struggle. And that is pure truth. Take it home. But people, when you go home now, you will see what people are discussing. Did you hear what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak today? Hey, he speak boldly, he speak elegantly, but did you take your pen and paper to that very speech? What did you jot down? What was the point made? Like I always ask my son, anytime he came back from church, the first thing I'll ask him, tell me the topic discussed, because we don't need to end up discussing about that very topic just in the church. When you come home, I have to know, what did you learn from that very topic that was discussed, and how we can advance discussion on that very topic. Is very, very important. Discipline is the key. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like as Jesus said, I will give you the key of the kingdom. Now, when you have the key, you need to learn how to operate that key. Discipline is the key. At this point, we cannot do things anyhow. If we ventured and think we are dealing with common Fulani or common Northerners or common anybody, then we make a very great mistake that will make what happened in 1967 to 1970 to repeat itself again. We must be disciplined, even to the point of death. To the point of death, we must be disciplined. That is the key. Every one of us should go study what is discipline. How can I be disciplined enough? It requires training. It requires check and balance. It requires reasoning. It requires activations of common sense. There is a lot to say, but we must not forget that we are in the mood of remembering all our fallen heroes. We are in the mood of remembering them. They fought and give out their life. They fought and died that we might live. We must not stop remembering them. But it's also very, very important that we understand the key to this agitation. I know, I have worked among our people. Nigeria have destroyed us so much. You can't even imagine what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going through to be in a position to lead these armies, which have so many brain damages for being in Nigeria. You must know that every Igbo man you can set eyes on and Biafrans you can set eyes on today are not the product of Biafrans. We have not been able to be given opportunity to produce our species. All you see are the product of Nigeria, and there is no disciplines. They don't understand that word, discipline. They don't even know what it is to be disciplined. Even when you meet them in the Western world here, where people are well disciplined, you can equally see some people, because they are coming from this side of the world called Nigeria. You will discover in a city, in a place where people are high discipline, you will see them also performing wrongly and doing wrongly. And that is why when you go to the prison of every nation, you will see high numbers of Nigerians who are in the prison. Why are they in the prison? Lack of discipline. lack of discipline. So most of us that you see today are product of Nigeria. So that is why you have to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every time coming to lecture, every time coming to teach, every time coming to make point that we have to take home. Because there are so many brain damage for being Nigerian. There are so many virtues that being in a right country could have produced, could have bedded in us, but it was not there for being in a wrong nation. So that is just the way it is. So now that is why he bringing out this key to us, that the key to the survival of this our agitation, this our present agitation, is discipline. If you are sent to if you are sent an error, or if you are asked to do a job, be disciplined enough to deliver your job. Be disciplined enough, be disciplined enough at your duty post, at where you are asked to deliver a particular job. Have discipline, the discipline that could help you, enable you deliver that very job safely. In during the time of 1967, so many people, so many Igbos, they die because other Igbos endanger their life for lack of discipline. Everybody want to behave like Nigeria, because in Nigeria, fella say they are zombie, they move like zombie. Have you go whenever somebody make a comment, find history behind that comment that that person made. When Fela called people in Nigeria zombie, or when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called them zoo, please take a very good study of zoo and how animals behaves. Animals, they are intelligent, but they don't have, some of them lack common sense. So in Nigeria, people lack common sense. Watch that video, watch that movie about zombie. You see how zombies are going. They only have one direction. There is no rationing in their reasoning. There is no balance in their way of life. Zombies, they only have one way life. They don't ask questions. They don't ask questions. Common sense is not in their diary. Common sense is not in their diary. So take a journey, study about it, and you will come to understand. So when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say today, discipline, please take a study of what is discipline. What is discipline? And check the examples of discipline. People who has been able to use discipline to break through, or arrive to the point of winning an argument. So because we don't have it in Nigeria, so some of these
yeah.
terms, when somebody use it, it will take you time.
Mazi, there is a clip. There is a clip I want us to play,
Mazipat, go
please.
on.
The, the very first,
Your video,
the very
you are in a,
first,
you are in blank.
can you hear me?
Your picture is blank. I don't know why.
My picture cannot see.
We
Can
are
you hit
hearing
me
you,
now?
but we cannot see your face.
But I'm seeing you,
Okay,
and
I am seeing you now. Don't worry. It is, I'm not looking at Facebook. I'm looking at the device in which you are transmitting. Thank you.
okay, Mazi. I want us to take the very first 30th of May sit at home that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2014 that he organized, and the speech that he gave in the cenotaph he built in Enugu. Let's take this clip because there is this article I read sometime within the week where somebody said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was against the 30th of May sit at home, that all the story. When I read it and I discussed it with you, and you told me that they should come with the evidence of where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was against 30th of May sit at home. So I want us to take a look, a clip of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ever first address of the 30th of May in 2014.
If anything stands in your way, that thing will be completely destroyed. If I am the obstacle to the restoration of Biafra. I expect those standing behind me to kill me. For sure. Because Biafra is more important than life itself. The only way you can go to heaven is through Biafra. And I can prove it to you. This is where God will come when it comes down to earth. Chukwuabiama will come here. Yes, this land is holier than Jerusalem. Yes. Everything we hold there, we proclaim this very day that the only civilization not to have a king, the only people not to conquer anybody and nobody conquered them, that you are the direct descendants of Chukwuabiama. You come straight from heaven. Therefore, you will not bow before any man. You will not bow before Islam. You will not cower before Yoruba people. You will stand very tall. Because your progenitors, your ancestors that gave you this land, God was with them. Yes. Nobody is like you. It is time for us to demonstrate that to the whole world. Anybody foolish enough or stupid enough to say that Biafra will not come, we tell them that all men bleed. Regardless of the country you come from, we defend our territory from today. If they come in here, we kill them. Yes. That is our pledge to you. That is our very humble submission. That you should go back to your respective homes, your divisions, your villages, your homesteads, your kindred, and tell them that Biafra is coming. Tell them that Biafra is coming in truth and honesty. Tell them that the death of Uzuku signified the coming of Biafra. Most people did not know that. The day I heard that our Moses was dead, I knew that Biafra was coming. Yes, and we stand here today on the precipice of history to make it very known and clear to everybody that there are still genuine, true Biafrans left. Yes. There are Biafrans who don't love money. There are Biafrans that regard Biafra more than their own life. I will sacrifice my entire family. This very minute if you give me Biafra. If you ask me to sacrifice my parents, my wife and my child, I will gladly do so. Without one moment's hesitation. Because Biafra is the only way that God can come down to earth. That is why they don't want Biafra to stand. If Biafra stands, this place is the zero meridian in the world. From here, you count left, you count right, you count up, you count down, it is zero. They took it and gave it to Greenwich Mean Time. It is not, it is here. We are zero. There are things about you that you don't know. As you continue to listen to Radio Biafra, as you continue to perform the activities we ask you to perform, we assure you that Biafra will come. Amen. Not by any special thing we are going to do, but because the grace of Chukwuabiama is with us. Every honor and glory, every praise, every adoration goes to Chukwuabiama for what he has done in our lives. Some of you here, your names are Chukwu, Chukwu-ebuka, Chukwu-nonso, Chinedu, Ikechukwu. There is no other people on this planet Earth that answer Ikechukwu, that answer Ifeanyichukwu, that answer Chizoba. Only us. Yes, not too far from here. You have a place called Umuobasi. From Umuanigwe, I told our veterans yesterday, what does Umuobasi mean? What does Umuanigwe mean? On that, I read what I know about Biafra that most people don't know. That Biafra is the closest you can get to God. That is why we preach gospel on Radio Biafra. We don't just broadcast. If Umuanigwe is here, if the children of the kingdom of heaven is here, if the children of God is here, that means also that Chukwuabiama is here. Yes. I thank each and every one of you for having come today. I salute all the brave and courageous soldiers, those of them who are about to commit into something that will give us our freedom. We are going to meet our enemies wherever we find them. Yes. Yes. We will not hesitate for a moment to do what is right to protect this territory. I end by telling our veterans today that 1967 to 70 is not 2013 to 2015. Yes. If you had a scientist that can make a winning, we have those that can make wars now. Yes. We are assembling them all over the world. We will manufacture our own weapons in this land, so all your air, land, and sea blockade will not work anymore. We come prepared. I have studied Biafra for 18 years. That is why we cannot fail. Not for anything we may have done, but because we are the children of God. I thank all of you. Please, I urge you to go back to your respective places, preach the gospel of Biafra with humility, with honesty, with truthfulness. Because indeed, in the new Biafra, it will be ever berugo, but in case of you, thank you very much.
Yes, Mazi Solomon, you're welcome back. This was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ever first speech in 2014, 30th of May in Enugu, where he gave out the speech, and the message remains the same. Nothing have changed. Mazi Solomon. What he said 7 years ago is what he's still saying today, the consistency. What do you have to say about that? Yeah, I can't hear
my
you.
video. I was like being taken out. So yes, this is in 2000 and can you hear me
14.
now?
Yeah, clearly, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Mazi. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, just for brief, because in a few yeah, thank you, because in a few minutes and we will be bringing this program to an end. But let me just point out something for you here. This is in 2015. Mazi Nnamdi
14.
Kanu has always remained
2014,
consistent with his
precisely.
message.
It's
He has
214.
always remained consistent with his messages, you know. Okay, 2000 in 2014. So why I say
7
2015,
years.
because he said
7 years
that
down the line.
1967 to 1970 is not 2015. Is okay, Mazipat, let me quickly make my contribution. So what I'm actually calling out here for having listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether 2014 or 2015, one thing is sure is that he has always remained consistent with his message. He has always remained consistent with his message. So, and that is the things that we need to recommend about him. He has never changed. And for you to see how determined he is for Biafra to be restored, for you to enjoy it, he even put in his own life and life of his family and that of his immediate family of beautiful kids and wives who are innocent of everything. He's putting them online. That if it has to cost him, if the cost he has to take from him could go to that extent, that he is ready. And he has remained consistent to these things. And that is why Biafrans has to believe him. Biafrans has to believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and support his leadership at this very moment. Another thing I want you to understand from the speech he was delivering as far as 2014 to 2015 or 2013 or any time you can call it, but it's just within this very year. The speech he was delivering is that we must be prepared. That word, we must be prepared. For 18 years, I have studied Biafran issues. So he knows actually the mistakes that allows the Eflefus and the Nigerian troops to approach Biafran land or even come near Biafran borders is as the result of is a result of not being prepared enough for war. Nonchalant, like, okay, they are not aware that this conspiracies is there. That's why experience, sometimes people will say experience is the best teacher. Our leaders then and our heroes then, they are not aware of these conspiracies. They thought they are dealing with an Hausa man who killed them in the north. They didn't know that there is this
even
too
Alex,
much hate
Major General
from the
Alex
British
Madiebo,
for our
even
people.
Alex Madiebo
They
in the
didn't
clip
know
we
that the
played.
world has to conspire against them. If they have known, they would have taken their time. That is what the general, our veteran, is telling us. If they have known that there is this conspiracies about them, about our people, they would have taken their time. So it is also the challenges and the problem of not being prepared. So, and Mazi Nnamdi can keep commenting on it, that we are prepared. We are prepared. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them this in 2015, 2013, 2014, and he by 2021 or 2020, that thing that he said is playing out. That simply makes you to understand the level of preparation that IPOP were able, despite the obstacles. Even during the war, even during 1967 to 1970, Ojukwu faced the same obstacle. It is at the time when they have already reached census to declare Biafra. Even the riverine area, their king has already suggested, Opigo has already suggested Biafra. It has already been accepted collectively. Is at that time that British tell Gowon, go and create a river state. When we are in this negotiation period, they went and they soiled out some of our brothers. So for you to understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about discipline at that time. By now, if our people in the Rivera area could know at that time that Nigeria could be what it is today, that thing that make them to accept that state, that the influence of that state that Gowon was creating for them, that they could have rejected the state. If they know that the states in Nigeria today could be the way it is now, they could have rejected the state and they supported the declaration of Biafra. Instead, we will begin to argue over things that does not hold future for the people, as we are doing today. Because I am telling you that even in Biafran agitation today, if not for what IPOP has suffered, have suffered in a range throughout this period, by now we would have gone more beyond to where we are today. Look at people in IPOP. You are together. We are together today. Tomorrow they will come with money. They will come with different idea. The people who are working together, they will take them with money or with them. We keep dividing ourselves, even as we are fighting to achieve something for the future. We keep dividing ourselves with things that did not hold future. That did not hold future for anyone, that could not even give half future for even a half baby. He could not give. We keep using it to be dividing ourselves. That's why Mazi mentioned today, if we must get something out of it, we must be disciplined. You need to take this discipline as a subject to discuss, or as a title, or as a subject to look deeply into what is discipline and how can I be disciplined is very, very important. So this is just what I just have to comment as a part. So as to regard to the speech, there are so many things to say, but since I don't have long time to be in this very program, in the speech that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is delivering, I want to pay attention when he's speaking. Pick points from his speeches is very important and very healthy and very helpful, and very, very helpful. He encouraged Biafran that he encouraged us that this Biafran will come. This Biafran will come because Biafran has become the dream, the only dream future we can dream at this very time. Without Biafran, there is no future that we can say that the upcoming generation and the kids you are giving birth that are growing, that these are the future that they are going to embrace. Even some people comparing us with Southern Sudan. Look at that. Let our children have a place like Southern Sudan. Let it not even be that is not working now. Then there will be a hope that they can come together in future and fix their country. But Nigeria, anybody who come to fix Nigeria will only meet death, because Nigeria now, as Nigeria standard, it means death to anybody who is believing on it. How many millions of people have died under one regime? Another regime is coming. How many? Because those instruments in which they are going to deliver governance, they have a problem. It's just like you are driving in a very distant journey without spare tire and with bad tire. It's very dangerous, unhealthy to the people who are in board. Or you wanted to fly with an engine, with an engine of aircraft that is too bad. That is a very bad danger. You might just go up. You might go out.
I think Mazi Solomon is out. Mazi Solomon is out. While I wait for him to return back, I want us to take a clip of what is happening around Umuahia in the Biafra land, things that are happening right now in Biafra land, the compliance level. Let's take a look at the clips here.
All right, this is Umuahia at the moment. You can see people are observing the sit-at-home order, and you can see that the road is so deserted. So deserted, the shops are closed. The shops are closed, and you can see this filling station here. On a normal day, it's always crowded with people and vehicles that want to, purchase fuel. So let's take it a little bit close to BCA. So this is BCA Road. For those of you who are familiar with Umuahia, so we're just trying to bring to you the situation on ground in Umuahia. In case for those of us who are not in Umuahia, you can see, you hardly see anybody on the road. Hardly see anybody on the road. So that's the popular De Latinos event center. So you can see this is the Jovit. This is Jovit, and that's down Azikiwe Road. You can see the way it is right now. Okay, we are taking through Secretariat. Because I'm actually going to work, so I'm not going to cover everywhere.
So that is the situation in Umuahia. There is a high compliance. People are sitting at home, and if you are in Biafra land following us, make sure you sit at home. I'll be bringing you another clip from a situation report in Enugu, on the Enugu Express Road. The activities, how people have complied with the sit at home there. Let's take this clip.
Monday morning, 31st May 2021. This is the Enugu Expressway.
That's the situation in Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Everywhere is vacated. There is a huge compliance. People are sitting at home. Businesses, shops are closed because the people are honoring their dead. Today is 31st of May 2021, and people are complying. It also goes a long way to show that our people are ready for Biafra. Our people are ready for Biafra. By closing this program, I want to play a clip of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu addressing a video conference where he also made mention of so many things, gingered our people. He addressed series of people in this interview that was granted him yesterday, 30th. Let's take a look at the clip, and I will be seeing you guys in the nearest few hours from now. I want to say have a wonderful day. Enjoy your seat at home, and God bless you all in the name of Chukwu Kikabiama.
Been doing, and also to thank my dear brother Mazi, who is there, and my very dear brother Dele also. I've been following these proceedings intermittently for the past 4.5 hours or thereabouts. I've been caught up in a few things, as you can imagine. A lot is happening back home. But there is something that this year's event has brought to light. It is the camaraderie and unity of purpose amongst the people of the South, and to an extent those of us in the Middle Belt as well. And we must continue on this very plane until we all get what we are asking for. I have not come across any individual who is against freedom. Therefore, what we are asking for as a result of this very important occasion is that we must move forward together as one people, as an indivisible force, in order for us to demand what rightfully belongs to us, which is freedom. Today is a very critical day in the history of our people. We are remembering those who were slaughtered and massacred unjustly by the Nigerian government, and of course, by extension, the British government as well. We are remembering those who died as a result of the unofficial Third World War that took place in our land nearly 54 years ago. And as a result of that, this very day, as we renew this pledge every blessed year, we have sworn to forever remember these people. We must remember them because the Jews do the same. All over the world, people remember their dead. In Rwanda, the same thing happens. And I don't know why there is this, should I say, conspiracy of silence to try to sweep this very important event in our history under the carpet. We lost over 5 million people, the second worst genocide in the history of man, only second to the Jewish Holocaust in Europe. And for some inexplicable reason, the world has decided to keep silence over this very matter. But we are not going to keep silence, not at all. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. We are going to vigorously and relentlessly pursue this very effort to recognize the genocide that was committed against Biafran people, without apologies to anyone. It is a very good thing that before we came on air, I think the Ebonyi State government have now rescinded the threat they issued to all those who were intending to stay at home tomorrow. That is also commendable. It is not very often that I commend people, but I must say that I also commend Governor Willie Obiano, which I don't do very often, for the very critical work that he did today by laying a wreath at the cenotaph that he built for those that fell, for those that made it possible for us to remain alive this very day. I must say this to our people, those who are living, that it is because of the sacrifice of those brave men and women that is the singular reason why we are not suffering the same fate as those of them from the Middle Belt, and to a very limited extent, those of our brothers and brethren from Ududuwa Republic. Why am I saying this? It is only in our land today that we do not have any significant presence of Fulani terrorist organizations in our bushes or in our forests. And why is that the case? Because our fathers taught us how to fight. They fought for Biafra, unaided, unassisted, for over 3 years. We fought the two strongest major powers in the world as at that time, the USSR and Great Britain. Egypt fought against us. The OAU was against us, with the exception of the likes of Julius Nyerere and Wilfred Bernard of Cote d'Ivoire. We suffered immeasurably. And now, like then, Israel was under attack and they couldn't provide any meaningful help. But we survived it. Not out of our own might, not out of our own power, we survived it because God Almighty in heaven was with us. And this generation have now come to complete the work that those of them of 67 to 1970 started. And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not one iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred has continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting, extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone. As you all know, there is no significant Fulani presence in our land because our fathers taught us how to fight. And we are doing so today without apologies to any idiot. We are not going to apologize because we have been apologizing for nearly 50 years. And we have not gotten anywhere in terms of our collective advancement and development in the damnable geological republic called Nigeria. That is why we must know what we're doing. And that is why anybody who is remotely interested in the affairs of our people must understand this. That we are determined, doubly determined. 50 years, or should I say 54 years, is a very long time. And 51 years since the end of the war. But now that we have come, or should I say now that God Almighty in heaven, has them that we should come, we are not going to relent. We are not going to do anything whatsoever to jeopardize the sanctity and the holiness of this very mission. We love our people. We love every ethnic nationality that makes up Nigeria as it is presently constituted. We have no hatred towards anybody. We love peace. We love life. We love the progress of other people. But we are in a country where people hate us for no reason, where people despise us for no reason. And we can no longer go on apologizing. And Nigeria as a state, the entire Africa as a continent must acknowledge. The same way they acknowledge the genocide in Rwanda, they must rise up to acknowledge the genocide in Biafra land. Or else there will be no peace nor development in the whole of Africa. And I'm not saying it apologetically. I am stating a fact that ought to be forcefully demanded for. And Biafra itself must be restored for those who have come before us, for their sacrifice, for their courage, for their gallantry and their bravery. It is a very good thing today that one of the co-hosts here is our brother Dele, a man that I cherish and I appreciate very much. And also the very excellent work that Mazi is doing. But let us make this thing very, very clear. We are wronged by the Nigerian state, by every ethnic group in Nigeria. I know that my good friend and brother, Obadiah Mailafia, rang me and apologized a while ago for the role that they played in the massacre of Biafran people, the role that they played in aiding and abating a very unlawful invasion of Biafra land, because all Ojukwu asked for was restructuring. The same thing we are arguing for today. Ojukwu went to Aburi to argue for restructuring. Ojukwu did not go to Aburi to declare any state of Biafra. He never went to Aburi to declare any war. Ojukwu went to Aburi so that all of us in Nigeria, including those from the Middle Belt, from the West, everywhere can have freedom. The same thing we're asking for today. They twisted the narrative. They changed our history. They turned it upside down. They made us the villain. They tried to demonize our general, a man of peace, that went to Aburi in Accra to go and in Ghana to go and negotiate for peace. A peace that Britain prevailed upon Gowon not to implement. But over the years, we've been taught that we are the aggressors. Such nonsense can no longer hold, it can no longer obtain, and that is why, as I said earlier, unapologetically, we are pursuing the freedom of Biafra, and nobody can stop us. Anybody on our path is going to fall, is going to die. Instead of Biafra not to come, every living organism in Nigeria will die, I swear to God Almighty in heaven, because we are not going back. It is a good thing today that some notable Nigerians are on this very platform discussing what transpired 54 years ago. Most have tweeted to say, may it not happen again. The only way to ensure that this will not happen again is the existence of a free, sovereign Biafran nation. That is the only panacea, nothing more, nothing less. Before we came here, Ladipo Market was on fire. These vandals and vagabonds are in our land killing people relentlessly. As I'm talking to you right now, they headed some people from Enugu to God knows where, maybe to go and kill them. And you have governors, you have political leaders, you have those who aspire to high office. They are all there. Nobody's talking, nobody's speaking, because they have a lot to benefit and to gain by us being Fulani slaves. Something that can no longer continue. Something we are not prepared to tolerate. That was something I said rather very fortuitously very many years ago. I said during one of my broadcasts on Radio Biafra that for Nigerians to understand that God is obsessed with them, that every tribe in Nigeria, every ethnic group in Nigeria will experience what we passed through during the Biafran War, that they too will also become refugees. And today, there are IDP camps everywhere. People that thought they were safe before now are fleeing their homes. It's something that happened to us between 1967 and 1970. And that is why our appreciation and our thanks for those men and women that fought to keep us safe can never, ever, ever be overestimated. We will continue to appreciate them. We shall continue to honor them. And I thank all of, those who are non-Biafrans. I understand that some people who are Biafrans came on this very platform and trying to play the script of their masters. That same divide and rule by saying there is something called Southeast and South-South. All bunkum. I have said it many times on many fora, on many platforms, that everybody in the East, we are all one people. I don't understand why people are hung up about this divide and rule of Gowon. It was Gowon that created Cross River State. Gowon created River State. Not because he loves the people of the South, not at all, but because he wanted to divide us. And we must rise up. We must rise up to the game of these people and say no to them. Now that Yoruba and Igbo are one, do you see them trying to play that game anymore? Now that Biafra and Oduduwa are one and inseparable, bonded together in one, do you see them playing their stupid games? I don't know why some people will come and say they're from Nigeria, they're from South-South, in order to perpetuate that very division which the Fulanis have cleverly exploited over very many decades and many years. I don't know when we are going to learn. And the sooner we learn, the better for us. I thank all of you once again. And this very effort to recognize the genocide against Biafrans continues until the United Nations and the whole world rise up to this very challenge and acknowledge that a great deal of injustice was done to Biafrans. Tomorrow is our sit at home. Complete and utter lockdown everywhere. And as I said earlier, I do commend the governors for coming out and saying that civil servants should not come or should not turn up to work tomorrow. It's a very good thing. We must all be bound together in order to ensure that Nigeria, first of all, takes the blame for what they did, and secondly, that the whole world will rise up to the obligation to the oppressed people and do the very right thing. Once again, I thank you all very much. And my very special thanks to Professor Ejiofor for the very wonderful and sterling work that you're doing, you and your team. Thank you very much. And may Chukwu Gabe and be with all of you. Thank you.
They say we are one. 1967 up till now, Lord everywhere. They massacre us at will. What have we done? Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again. Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again.
So many have died because of freedom. Many heroes are gone because of freedom. So many killing and burning because we wanna go. And why the whole world silent when we are murdered?
From massacre, Asaba massacre all the way. It touches my heart when I hear of rumors of war on the way. Why this killing, why this bombing in our homeland? Ikonsa is gone, oh no no, which way forward? Oh na na, they say we are one. 1967 up till now, Lord everywhere. They massacre us at will. What have we done? Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again. Lanuto, farewell our heroes, farewell our heroes. We shall meet again.
Hasina habu police, hasina habu SAS. Akono habu inara madundu yanike. Hasina habu military, hasina habu SWAT. Ibabu madu na tosi kwa haka sugar cane. Waneke away all these herdsmen. Na bari na line, just the west souls. Hane bwayi no people, hane bwayi na ba. Ise puti, ise bwage laka nai. Habonye lumu wanya nyeba na lole rebo. Hababu hana merie dia sweat. Okuzigini meroji wejiro tua. Our pampas governors nyere haruga. Ebido mewe killing up na libo. Wechepo all the herdsmen na libo. Ikoso na meni ya mere kaladere du. Ndi sabunti ikesi na hama unkwenu. Obuzo dimma na other governors. I swear to God, don't charge ga-ekweta very soon. Adịghị agwado ji na ọ na-ejele maka tupu o rejie nwanne ọ na-ejigo ya n'ahụ.
Blood flows in our land everywhere. Now so bloodshed. Yeah, my heart they bleed. Pregnant women in the farm they slaughter them. Cut out their woman parts. Yeah, these are what we are seeing. They kill us at Impo, they kill us at Onitsha. Now so kill it. My people now so blood they flow in Biafra land. Hey. This is Biafra music industry.